What's up, YouTube? Ed the Kid 51 here. Trying to find my chair. Coming to you with a combination video. Hope you guys can see me. Excuse my text message. Coming to you with a little bit of a combination video. Quick update, and I was also tagged by Iceman as far as my favorite tool. Since these videos have been coming up, I've kind of been thinking to myself, not necessarily waiting for somebody to tag me, but more of just, what the hell is my favorite tool? Now that things took a little bit of a turn for me, and I don't have my car, it's in storage, haven't worked on it in quite some time, and I've been doing this art and airbrush thing for quite some time now. Just trying to figure out what my favorite tool is. I'm looking around and I'm trying to figure out what the hell my favorite tool is, and I could easily just say, it could be, one of the airbrushes. This out of the airbrushes would be my favorite one, but overall, what's my favorite tool? I sat here and I'm thinking and I'm thinking and I'm thinking, and then it dawned on me, well, what is it that helps me with all my work, with what I'm doing now, with this venture that I'm accomplishing now? And it turns out that my actual favorite tool is my table, my drafting table. Several reasons. One, it came from somebody who had awesome artistic talent. That particular person that he passed away, so I feel like this gentleman's soul still lives within this table. That's number one. Number two, that gentleman used this table quite often for all his work. And he put his heart and soul into this table. It's pretty tricked out. It's not your one of, it's not your typical art table. He gave it soul, he gave it character. Not to mention that it's a vintage table. It's from the 50s. Let's see. It's on the other side. It's on the back side of the table. There's a stamp that actually has, I believe it's 1956, the stamp that this table came from. Wish I could show you that, but it's on the back of the freaking table. Now this table adjusts. It adjusts this way, and the height adjusts, so it raises up and down, and the table, the angle of the table actually adjusts too. But what's so tricked out about this is that you can kind of see right there, that's a light box. This table originally was just a flat piece of wood. This gentleman actually cut this hole out, and see there, edges are all beveled. Cut it out real nice. Made a little box down here for the light box. These two pieces here I added because where he had it in his shop, he actually used the table flat. I have the table at a slight angle, so the light box is tending to slide out on me. So let's turn this on so you guys can peep this out. There you go. There goes your light box. That right there is awesome. Helps with sketches, helps with renderings, big time. And the table just overall, get it to turn off. Table overall is just awesome. I do everything here. All my sketches, all my airbrush work, all my airbrush tools and art tools are on this table. So for me, my favorite tool is this table, because without this table, none of this would be possible. Now, that's not to say that I probably wouldn't have been able to buy another table, but you can't buy this table. It's got soul, it's got character. It came from another artist who put his heart and soul, and all his work came out of it. And I honestly do feel that the energy, the positive artistic energy that's flowing out of this table is flowing in me every time I do something. So that's my favorite tool. That's my favorite tool. Now, I was supposed to tag 2 people for their favorite tools, and I don't think these 2 gentlemen went. One would be my good buddy 56 Rat Bug. I would like to tag him on his favorite tool, and the other gentleman would be 265 Chevy. I don't think neither one of them went. If they have, let me know, and I'll pick another person. But I don't think those 2 gentlemen went. I would like to see what their favorite tool is. The second part of this video is kind of a little bit of an update as to what I've been up to. So if you give me 2 seconds, let me put my easel back up on the table here. Alright, so here's the easel back up on the table, and I'm back to working on this glove box door mural for Jeff Chance, the World War II theme. For all those of you who have not seen any of the previous videos, right now the plane is just blocked in white, real fade light white. Just because the background's black, in order for me to get any color, I gotta lay down that white. So I'm slowly working on it. And here's what I've been plugging away at. The tank. Slowly coming to life. I got a lot of shadow detail that I gotta place in here, but you can kind of slowly working away at it there. See if I can zoom in and get it to focus. There you go. You can see some shadow characters going on there, and there, around the area there. I'll come back in with darker shades of green, darker shades of green up in here, around this ledge here. All this is going to be dark shades of green. So it's slowly coming to life. You can kind of see the background going on there. A lot of this stuff is just kind of coming out of my head. Not coming out of my head, let me rephrase that. A lot of this stuff is kind of freehanding, using reference photos, so it's not coming, I'm not just thinking a lot of this stuff up. But as far as the background murals, this was a idea that came from this photo. I just changed it up, gave it a little bit of my touch. There's going to be grass in here. The tank's going to be looking like it's coming down a mountain with a little bit of a road. That road's going to lead into the Hiroshima flag raising. They're going to be standing on rubble, and the rubble's going to kind of fade away into that road. That rubble's also going to fade away into like almost sand, and then the sand's going to fade away into the ocean. So that's basically how that is. I'm going to come back and do more clouds, darken them up, not darken them up, brighten the clouds up, give you more of a popping effect. I apologize for the text messages. Well, that's one thing I've been working on. Another thing I've been working on is a bunch of sketches and design stuff. I was commissioned to draw something up for a friend's birthday. It's a friend's birthday gift. His wife actually asked me to draw this up, so I was commissioned to do this. It's not done. This is the sketch. This is the design that I came up with. And then I'm going to transfer this onto actual watercolor paper, and I'm going to do a combination of mixed media. I'm going to airbrush and actual paint this picture onto the watercolor paper, and then we're going to frame it in a nice frame, and that's going to be a gift, one of his gifts for his birthday. So there goes the drawing. 30s Ford sedan, Pontiac taillights, parked on a street corner, 46 through 48 style Plymouth, chopped, slammed, shaved on the other street corner. Little. I kind of just came out with this in my head. They actually wanted 2 separate images of each car, and I just started sketching the sedan, and just where I sketched it on the paper, this whole image just kind of just fell in place. I showed it to her. She loved it. She was cool with it. So instead of doing 2 separate images, I did both the cars, both of his favorite cars, on one image. It's going to be painted onto the watercolored paper. And here's the start of it. That's not it. That's not it either. I'll explain to you what I did to transfer the image onto here if I can get this freaking paper to move. But there's a light rendering a line of the image there. Basically what I did is I took a photocopy of my actual drawing. There's the photocopy. And then on the back of the drawing, just regular pencil, scribbled back on the back there. And then with a pen, with a ballpoint pen, I went over all the lines. And that entailed transferred it transferred the lead onto this, giving me a light image, and it gives me the start. In case you're wondering what that there is, it says the pill. That's his nickname. It's my own lettering. I kind of just went on a whim and kind of did it on my own. Just let the pencil flow. So that's one thing I was working on. Another thing here, if I could just find it. Give me a sec. Ugh. I wasn't prepared for this video, so everything's kind of a mess. So here's something that I've been working on. This is a personal piece. I'm actually going to paint this on canvas. It's my favorite car, which is a 41 Plymouth, chopped and slammed and completely shaved. Car I've always wanted. So the name of this piece is One Day. One day I'll have me a nice, complete custom 41 Plymouth. But that's the this just came out of my head. Kind of just sketched it up, and basically what this is in here is an art table and a piece of paper, and in that paper I'm actually gonna draw this image smaller. I'm gonna add other sketches and drawings here. You can't really I guess you can kind of see there's a piece of paper falling off the wall with a little motorcycle on it, chopper style motorcycle. I'll put other drawings on this wall here. You got all the art supplies, lamp. So as the gentleman or the person is drawing this, his imagination is actually creating the car. So there's not going to be any background or anything here. It's just going to be this wall with a bunch of drawings and images and stuff on it, and this car sketched onto this piece of paper. Basically just showing out of my mind. One day I'll have this car, and there's not going to be any background here, but up here in some crazy script lettering, I'm gonna write the actual name One Day of the painting, and then from this it's going to go on an actual canvas. So it'll be my first personal work, my first personal piece, and depending on how it comes out, maybe I'll actually put it up for sale. Another drawing that I worked on. This was a sketch that I did for Tom Duncan. He had asked me if I would do a sketch for him for a sign in front of his shop. So that's a job I'll be working on the next couple of weeks with him, or a month or two, sometime. I think he said April, so somewhere around that time. So this is a sketch from Mr. Tom Duncan. He's seen this already. This was already emailed to him. But basically, what's going to happen here, or when it's airbrushed, it'll be this car. And actually, this car is a combination of like 3 or 4 toys.
that my little brother has, and I kind of combined a bunch of them and came up with the flame design I came up with, the exhaust I came up with. But basically what's going to happen is got a burnout happening here. The burnout is going to obviously create smoke, and the smoke is going to come up and around the sign. At the very top of the sign is going to create the silhouette of the name Tom's Auto. So that's something I've been working on, and that's pretty much it. That's all that's been going on with Ed the Kid as far as that. I got a couple of other things that are coming up pretty soon, but as they come up I'll mention them. But that's about it. So yeah, 56 Rat Bug and 265 Chevy. Tag, you're it. What's your favorite tool? This is Ed the Kid 51 signing off.